once when we went to my Torrington run. And Johnny reached back in the thing and took a little mozzarella, and ate it for lunch.
Oh, I remember you telling me this, yeah.
And I got back, and the next day he said to me, how many mozzarellas did you sell? I said, oh, I don't know, Papi, whatever's on the slips. So,
It says in this thing, wash your hands or use sanitizer after going through the security thing. They found viruses on everything that people use as they go through security at the airport.
Oh dear. Good to know.
You know, the screening trays and all that.
Yeah.
they're loaded
Oh,
with
I'm
virus.
sure.
yeah.
A million
everything is
people
touched,
touch
the
them, yeah.
Yeah.
handles and everything else.
So what did the guy say to?
So he kept, during the day, he kept saying it. I said, what's the matter? Well, there was one mozzarella missing. I said, there was? It was only like 60 cents. I said, oh, I don't know. I said, whatever's the slips. Then I remembered. I said, you know, my cousin was with me. He ate one. Oh, thank God. I'm so glad you told me that. 'Cause he was bothered that I...
Oh, that you took it without
that
telling
I
him.
would take
Yeah.
him without telling it. I said, no, I remember. I said, my cousin Johnny came with me and he ate one. Oh, no problem, no problem. That's fine, that's good. I feel better.
The Paparelli brothers?
Papalardo brothers.
Papalardo
They had a big-
brothers.
Monday we went to Springfield. Tuesday we went to Waterbury. Wednesday we went to Torrington. Thursday I went to, Torrington and Winstead on Wednesday. Thursday I went to, I went around Hartford. And Friday, I forget where I went. I forget how far we went up. No, I forget where it was. But we delivered to all the big pizza companies, you know, big mozzarellas, like big loaves
The
of
big
mozzarella.
wheels?
Huh?
The big wheels?
No, they were like loaves of,
Oh.
that they used to
Slice
chop
them off.
or shred, you know.
Mm.
Those people had accounts with them. But the little stores that we went to, little corner stores, sold 2 or 3 pieces of mozzarella and, 3-pound things of regatta. They made it every day. Hot regatta, oh, it was delicious. Hot regatta.
Hot regatta?
Well, that's when you make it, it's red hot. You
Oh.
put it in a thing and all the stuff floats to the top, and then they took it and put it in these things with little holes in the side. All the water came out of the holes, and the regatta was piled up, and they just covered it with cellophane, put an elastic around
Huh.
it. It was not sealed like it is now.
But what's it made from? What kind of cheese?
It's made from milk,
Oh, it's made from milk.
whole milk, and then you put, they call it uguaglia, you put the stuff in there and it curdles it, and then you heat it
What
up.
stuff? Like what?
It's from some.
Rennet. they call it.
Rennet is what it
Rennet.
is, but it's from goats or sheep's intestines or something.
Oh.
It curdles the stuff, and then, and then some.
Rennet is in junket too, you know.
Yeah, then you
make
put,
junket.
some of them had salt and some of them had without salt. They made both ways. But it all came to the top, and then they took the scoops, which had holes in them, like, strainers, and you hold it up, and then you put it in this thing, filled it up to 3 pounds, and then you put a thing on it. Put it in the freezer, in the refrigerator. When you went the next day, you took the one from the day before, so it was always fresh.
You talk about mozzarella or
Regatta.
regatta?
And mozzarella they made in a big
Yeah,
tub,
that's- you
a
used to
tub
make
as
that.
long as here, and that you made, and then they had to take it and push it with their hand to make that little thing and push it up with their thumb, and then they wrapped it. Each one of those they made, but the big loaves they made in a pan, like.
Hmm.
It was very interesting. 100% whole milk. They dumped those, like the thing that's on our front porch there, you know.
Yeah, the big milk jugs, yeah.
We used to go to the milk place and get 20 or 30 of those.
I'm surprised you didn't go back there after the Trinity debacle.
No, I went.
That's when you went to the post office?
No, I went to work for my mother after that.
Well, when was the post office? You used to tell us stories about that all the time.
Post office was between that job when I went to Trinity.
Yeah.
Then I went to just a minute. Post office was 1957, I think. I only worked there like a year at the post office. And I was going to Morse College in the morning, and the post office in the afternoon.
Oh.
3 to midnight I worked at the post office, 3 to 11.
Hmm.
But I didn't stay there long. You could work all the hours you wanted, and like at Christmas time, I used to work all the way through the night and through the day. If you weren't a regular. Once you were a regular, you could only work 8 hours.
Yeah.
But you could work as many hours you want, as long as every 8 hours you had to have an hour off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, skip an hour between. So I did. I used to drive the truck. I mean, not drive it, but I used to ride on the truck, the mail truck with the guy. But then I worked on a pouch rack most of the time at night, sorting packages.
Wasn't there some loony bin that worked with you or something?
Most of them were loony. Well, they hired all veterans, you know, from World War II, and you know, they were. I mean, there was a lot of regular guys in there too, but they got veterans got special deal because you had a number one, you had to pass the civic test, but then you had to have so many. They gave you extra credits if you were in the service. If you're in the service for 4 years, you got 4 years credit for that.
Oh, that's smart.
Because they based your pay on how many years you were there.
Yeah, but that's a great way to treat veterans.
Right. So they gave.
Wow.
They gave all the veterans, if they were 6 years in the service, they gave them 6 years extra.
Huh.
In the post office?
In the
you got
post
that?
office, yeah.
That's awesome.
But then when you became after 3 years, you became a regular, and you could only put in 8 hours a day. And only at Christmas time. At Christmas time, they used to do what they call take the lid off. And then like 3 weeks before Christmas, because there was no UPS or anything else.
Yeah, you were doing everything.
Everything was done, and 3 weeks before Christmas, they took the lid off, and you could work 24 hours a day if you wanted. But they hired a lot of extra Christmas help.
Yeah.
Like UPS does that too. They hire thousands of people.
Yeah.
So does Amazon. They hire thousands at Christmas time.
In our area, Amazon drivers are often just people driving around in vans.
Is that right?
They have little Amazon stickers on the side of their cars.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Really?
You know,
Their
kind of
own
like Uber
vans?
drivers.
Their own van?
Yeah, like their own car, you know, their own cars.
Did you see the big billboard they put up in New York about that Alexandra Cortez? Thank you, Alexandra Cortez, for nothing. You killed 25,000 jobs.
Who's Alexandra Cortez?
She's AOC. You don't know AOC?
She's a real nut.
She's a liberal Democrat that won. She's only 20. She's
Oh,
the
yeah.
youngest one in Congress.
Yeah.
And she stifled that Amazon deal.